Hello and welcome to the For Your Ears Only podcast special. A dog is getting up and walking.
Hello.
Why does she do that?
Every time we do a take.
We're going to call it the food special.
The
The food challenge.
food
The
challenge.
diet special. It was actually inspired when we were involved with Gordon Best and Dream Menu about what James Bond would eat
Yeah.
for his dream menu. And there was a lot of ideas and it was quite hard to narrow it down what he would choose. And there was so much food to the point where we thought, wouldn't it be interesting to try and eat like James Bond for a week? So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to go over the next 7 days. We're going to eat like James Bond, Monday through to Sunday. That'll be breakfast, lunch and dinner.
What we're going to eat is probably a menu made up from the era or made from the books or movies especially. What I personally can't eat is eggs because I have an egg allergy.
Yes, James Bond's favourite food is eggs, and he's
Scrambled
very
eggs.
egg heavy, and you can't eat eggs, so
Yes.
no eggs.
So I'm going to have to do some substitutions there.
No snacks.
No snacks is a problem.
No
he just
snacks
has his
at
3
all.
meals a day.
Yeah, no snacks, no fried food, not really any processed food either. Obviously, this was written at a time where that wasn't that prevalent.
The snacks, I do snack sometimes, but not a lot. It's more the breakfast. I wake up and
You don't have
leave the
breakfast?
house. I do not have breakfast. Well, first meal is probably like 12:30. So that's going to be another different challenge.
And I snack a lot, and I have energy drinks.
And they
So-
didn't exist back then.
No, there's no energy drinks. No, the only thing we can drink is coffee, sparkling water, alcoholic drinks, fruit juice in the mornings, maybe.
Potentially, yeah.
Absolutely no tea.
No
Is
tea.
off limits. Because
Doesn't-
James Bond hates tea. We're also going to mark up the price of these things. So before doing this challenge, we've marked a week of our life and how much we spend individually on food. So
Yeah.
that's everything we eat. So that's meals and snacks
And drinks.
and drinks, and see what it's going to be like at the other end of if we have less. I don't know if it's less food, fewer meals, fewer eating points. So
Yeah.
no snacks,
Just 3 times.
three meals, no soft drinks or energy drinks, and see if it is more expensive or less expensive and how we feel at the end. Again, thank you, Gordon, for getting us involved in the food side of James Bond, because I never would have thought of this.
Yes.
Go over and check Dream Menu whilst you're here.
So
yes,
So
let's go.
join us on this culinary journey.
Like Stanley Tucci. Are we rolling? So yeah, it'll be quite good. So yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
Good. Here we go. I'm hungry. Right, day 1 of my breakfast consisted of kippas, sliced sourdough, buttered toast basically, with cherry tomatoes done in the air fryer, and smoked salmon on the toast. There's the toast. There's the smoked salmon. For me, a big breakfast for day 1. A word warning for everyone, do not do this in an office. It was washed down with sparkling water. There you go.
Derek's day 1 breakfast consists of Bond's favourite, some scrambled eggs. So in a pot we had some butter, some eggs, and that's pretty much it, scrambled together with some marmalade on toast, some orange juice and some black coffee. Simple.
Lunch on day 1 was very simple but very tasty. A roast beef sandwich, sparkling water and an apple. And as you can see, I enjoyed it very much.
Derek's day 1 lunch was a roast beef and horseradish sandwich. So here's some sourdough, some roast beef, and of course some horseradish, which I really did not like, but it looks good.
Dinner for me on day 1 was a sirloin steak with green beans and baby potatoes. So you put an awful lot of olive oil in a pan and watch that sizzle, baby, sizzle. And then afterwards, shove everything else in because I have no time. Then watch me fail to cut that steak, that overdone steak, but look at it in the end, it looks great.
I too was having a steak on day 1, and as you can see the sirloin into the cast iron, which is on far too high, but we'll just let that burn away. Looks like it's in hell.
baste with some butter and some garlic and the usual herbs. Let it rest, of course, which is the most important thing. Along with the steak, I'm going to have some green beans fried in garlic and salt, and then have it with some potatoes and present it like a professional chef. It does look quite good though, doesn't it?
Breakfast on day 2 was a lot. It was a croissant with marmalade and raspberries and a yogurt. As you can see there, a lot of food, but very nice, very good. I would do again.
My day 2 breakfast was soft boiled eggs, and I absolutely hate boiling eggs, so I don't do this all that often. But here we have 3 soft boiled eggs, marmalade and toast, a banana, orange juice and black coffee, of course.
Lunch on day 2 was a classic Caesar salad, store bought because I had no time, and sparkling water, but I do love Caesar salad, so I was very happy with this.
My day 2 lunch was Japanese, so here we have sushi, katsu chicken, soy sauce, blueberries and orange juice, all bought from a store, of course.
Dinner on day 2, I was actually invited out, so it was hard to find something. This was probably the only thing I could find in the menu that was James Bond-ish. So sea bass with an olive oil and butter sauce with olives, and washed down with some white wine because why not, it's Tuesday.
My day 2 dinner was continuing with the Japanese theme, which was teriyaki salmon. Here we have stainless steel, hot enough to, of course, cook the salmon. Salmon is having a good time in that pan. Whilst the salmon's on, we are getting some stir-fry vegetables with some bok choy and the like, and alongside that there will be some steamed rice. And here we have the end with the teriyaki sauce over everything.
For day 3's breakfast, I was starting to feel it because I forgot to take a video or a picture, so we've had to reuse a picture, but luckily it's my favourite breakfast, which is sourdough and salmon with the sliced cherry tomatoes. Very tasty.
Day 3 breakfast for me is the same as day 1. It is buns, scrambled eggs with butter along with some sourdough toast and marmalade, some OJ and some black coffee, as you can see here.
Lunch on day 3 is very continental, very James Bond. So ham, cheese and bread. Weirdly enough, no butter.
Day 3's lunch was my favourite, which was Italian. So we start off with some espresso, we have some sourdough bread, and on a plate we have bread, olive oil, chorizo, cheese, ham and mozzarella. Look at that.
Okay, it's day 3 dinner, and the effects of this challenge are hitting me hard because by this time it's about 10 PM and I'm having lamb, rosemary gravy, mashed potatoes and carrots, and more sparkling water.
Sticking with the Italian theme, my dinner is carbonara, which I'm making from scratch with some egg yolks, some pecorino romano, mixed together in a bowl until homogeneous, and then we get some guanciale. We cut it up into cubes, we fry the hell out of it. We then take some of that fat and we put it into the mixed egg yolks. Then when the pasta is almost cooked, that goes back into the fat, cooks a bit, gets a bit of flavour, guanciale is reintroduced back, and look at that. Not too bad, and it tasted not too bad either.
For breakfast on day 4, I rolled into the office kitchen and sliced some sourdough and toasted it and put on some marmalade and butter, which I thought was a bit weird, but James Bond does it, so I do it. And there's a man spreading his marmalade. I also had a strawberry yogurt and sparkling water.
For day 4 breakfast, I decided to use all of the egg whites which have been accumulating over the last several days from the recipes that needed egg yolks, and I'm simply having egg whites with toast and marmalade, of course, orange juice, an apple, and some black coffee, and it was not bad.
Day 4's lunch was actually the envy of the entire office because it was Italian day. So grapes, bread, cheese, and prosciutto, which I would do again, very much so. Look at that, it's incredible.
My lunch for day 4, I was doing something I've never done before, which is make and eat a salad. So we're starting off with a Caesar dressing, which is mustard, oil, anchovies, garlic, salt, pepper, everything you can think of, mixed together, and then we have some romaine lettuce, which has been cut into strips, adding some of the croutons, which were probably my favourite bit of the entire experience, and then presenting. And it was surprisingly very, very good. I would have this again, most definitely.
Dinner on day 4, I have a lovely assistant helping me film this. So basically you're frying off garlic, then adding a full tub of passata because I'm cooking for 2 people today. Then you have to stir it on the heat, not too heavy, not too hard. You don't want it to burn. That looks good. Separately, you boil the pasta to cook that. That's quite a lot of pasta for 2 people, but it was good. Keep that going. Keep it going. Slowly add that in. Look at the steam rise. That's how you know it's great. Then you slowly fold it in and you've got yourself a nice sugo tagliatelle, which, as you can see, is approved by this man here. Topped off with parmesan and some rocket.
For my day 4 dinner, I was having a fillet steak, which was my second steak of the week. Steak cooked in the usual way, except this time with stainless steel pan, with garlic, butter, herbs and all the usual suspects, and basted. And with this we're having potato dauphinoise, or however that is pronounced. Looks like scrambled egg, but it's not. But overall, this was actually great.
Day 5's breakfast was a sliced bagel with salmon and cream cheese. This is actually rivaling for one of the best breakfasts I've ever had. It was actually very good despite all being store bought and none of it homemade. And then also topped off with 2 slices of roast beef. Very good.
Day 5 breakfast, nothing changes here. James Bond's scrambled egg for the 3rd time, so getting pretty good at it, along with my marmalade and toast, my orange juice, my sparkling water and my espresso.
Day 5's lunch was about 5 PM because I'm getting very sick of eating 3 meals a day and very full. It's just a club sandwich toasted in the air fryer to make it something different and a bit more interesting.
My day 5 lunch was quite boring, which was a cream cheese bagel, a ham bagel, some fruit and some sparkling water. Meh.
Day 5's dinner. Look at that smiling boy. That's because he's making fillet steaks despite having a full tummy. So put it on the high heat, watch that sizzle, flip it, first attempt, perfect. Add in the butter and swirl that around. I'm also going to add in some rosemary because that's what the chefs online do, and look at it go. Also, I couldn't be bothered chopping some garlic, so I've just got some garlic puree that I'm going to throw in there and then slowly start to baste it. Watch me attempt to baste it. Not great with a tiny little spoon, but it's came out great because the colour's looking great on those steaks. I quite like mine rare. I would say maybe I've overdone that a little bit. Oven chips in the air fryer make it look a little bit more presentable. They look good. Then you just add over whatever left over in the pan because don't waste not, want not and all that. And because it's Friday night, it's date night, why not have a bottle of red wine? I'm sure James Bond would approve. Let me know what you think. And the peppercorn sauce to top it off. Perfect.
For my day 5 dinner, I am having sole menu, or however that is pronounced. So we start off with salt and pepper soles. That is going into some flour, at which point it's going to shallow fry in some butter. Whilst that's going on, I'm going to take some asparagus, or asparagus as it's called in France. That's a lie. Fry them on a cast iron skillet. Sole comes out pretty well, and after that we're going to add some butter like the French do to the pan, make kind of a sauce, whatever it's called, but it was actually quite nice. Maybe this is where the Millennium comes from. But yes, that on a bed of rice with some white wine, which I don't normally drink, but I actually really enjoyed that with the white wine. And yeah, it looks not bad as well.
Day 6 is Japanese day and we're having for breakfast green tea, yogurt, fresh fruit. That's peaches and an apple there. That's actually very refreshing after a heavy dinner.
For my day 6 breakfast, I am attempting to make from scratch Eggs Benedict. Now brace yourself for the worst Eggs Benedict you've ever seen. So again, a lot of eggs involved here, of egg yolks, making a hollandaise sauce, and then we're trying to poach eggs, as you can see here, which is disastrous from the get-go. But, you know, the toasted muffin looked good along with the ham, and then the world's smallest poached egg put onto this bed along with the world's saddest hollandaise sauce. It's actually so bad to look at. And in the end, the picture is also terrible.
Right, so lunch on day 6 is sushi, the most Japanese of all meals. This is firecracker sushi, and I think some fish sushi in the other one. I love sushi. This was good. I was happy.
My Saturday lunch was a bit like a Sunday roast, in which it was a Sunday roast. We have some seasonal vegetables which were roasted in the oven, along with some roast beef and roast potatoes. Top that off with some gravy on top, and yeah, it was a very, very good lunch.
Dinner on day 6, as you can see, is no longer Japanese. That is because my dad came round and wanted to go out, so he took us to an Italian. So, very true to the James Bond character who might have to leave the country and go somewhere else. On one day, we've now ended up in Italy with carbonara and lots of red wine.
My day 6 dinner was a bit of an odd one. It was a seafood twist. So here I am making a bit of a salad dressing, as I've mastered from several days before, along with the rest of the romaine lettuce. But it's not a Caesar salad. This is actually some prawns, so we'll call it a prawn salad. And with that, we are having some garlic butter fried mussels, and that's it. Seafood prawn salad and garlic mussels, along with some sparkling water. It was actually not too bad.
We've made it to the final day, and I think this is Caribbean Day, so we're having some bacon on some sourdough toast with some nice butter. Very good.
My day 7 breakfast is a mushroom omelette. So of course we start off with some sliced mushrooms going into a dry pan, getting rid of the moisture. Once the moisture's gone, we are adding some butter to that pan along with some olive oil, cooking it off until the mushrooms are nice and brown. And then we're adding 2 eggs along with about 5 egg whites which have accumulated over the week into a rather large omelette. Some butter into the pan, omelette mix into the pan, leave it, don't touch it, then flip it in half and flip it again to cook it, of course, into an omelette, and then serve the omelette with the mushrooms. This is normally how I would make mushrooms anyway, but yes, here we have an omelette, mushrooms and a black coffee.
Day 7, the final lunch. Now here's me just adding everything into a salad bowl. It's a prawn, avocado and mango salad with pineapple chunks on the side and sparkling water.
Hello and welcome to the last day of the challenge, Sunday, the
Day.
Lord's Day.
Day 7.
Day
The
7.
day of rest.
Yes, and as you can see, the food change has had an amazing effect on Jack and I's hair. Mine
Crazy.
went shorter and Jack's went wavy.
Yeah, it's totally different.
But yes, we're at the last day of the challenge and we're actually about to go to dinner soon for the Last Supper. Of all the meals that we've looked at, caviar is one that's not been included.
Correct.
But James Bond is known to have caviar. Claire at 1295 Caviar was kind enough to supply us with some.
Yeah.
And before we go into actually trying it, because we haven't tried this already,
No. This is
you
the first
too
test.
can try caviar yourself, as they provided a 10% off discount code on the 1295 Caviar website, which is 10% off, and that lasts for 6 months. So you can go and try it yourself. Because I think most people, like ourselves, have never tried caviar.
Yeah, this could be your one time, your chance.
And we're going to try it now.
Can you tell them what the code is?
I didn't tell you the code, did I? No. It's Bond 10.
It is Bond
Did I
10.
not say that?
No, I don't think so.
Rewind that. Okay. We've got actually 4 different types of caviar. We're going to have to take it off the back of our hand first.
Is this a traditional thing or what? What's that all about?
I don't know. And then it's off a blini, which I believe is some kind of Russian... I'm going to say crumpet because it tastes like a crumpet.
It looks exactly like a mini crumpet.
Yes. And then
The
we have
holes.
caviar with butter, and then we have caviar with cream cheese with chives on it as well.
Yeah.
That is the recommendation.
From
And Claire
Claire.
actually looked up on the kind of James Bond world what he would eat, and that was her recommendation. So
Yeah.
we're going to see what happens here. Do you want to go first, or will I go first?
How do you do this? Well,
So we both like seafood, so this
so
should
many
be...
eggs. It smells good. You just take the.
Yeah,
what do you do?
I think you just
Okay,
eat it.
down in one. Cheers. That's very complex.
Complex.
Very lots of different.
Okay.
I like it.
What would you say it's comparable to, if anything?
Seafood. Definitely
Seafood.
like. There's something in there that I find very familiar.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
There's the sea.
There's this a lot of the sea.
There's a saltiness.
A lot of salt. It's almost like it's like a collection of every kind of seafood. Like, see if you get mussels and all that, you put them all
Yeah.
together. There's a bit of everything in there.
Okay.
A bit of oyster, a bit of
Let's try different things because I don't know what that's compared to. I do like it.
yeah.
I
but
can see why it's in small things
It's
because
intense.
it's very rich.
And yes, that's the word.
Okay, do
Intense.
you want to try it on the Bellini?
This is the dry Bellini.
So this is the dry Bellini with the caviar.
Can I also ask, do you like crumpets?
Yes.
Smells exactly like.
Do you like crumpets?
No, not really.
You don't like crumpets?
No.
Okay, well,
Do I eat it all?
I don't know.
Is this weird? if I just-
I've never done this before. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe it's probably a better vessel to eat it. I found it quite hard to eat that there. I had to go.
The Hoover.
Okay. I just prefer that than eating it off the back of my hand.
See, I preferred it just raw. Straight
Raw.
in there. Raw.
See, I thought. Again, I think the saltiness is there. I'm kind of intrigued with the butter and the cream
Cream
cheese is going to
cheese.
do with it.
Mhm.
So, okay, let's move on to that one.
Mhm. It's quite different.
Okay. It's more different.
Mhm.
In what way? In a good way?
It's not as intense because of other flavors, other things.
Do you taste the butter? Or does the butter
Mhm.
do anything with it?
You do taste the butter. That's good actually. I like oysters just raw, without anything. Maybe that's where my taste is good.
Oh, that's been the best so far.
Mm.
I like butter, but it was like an accentuation of the butter. Maybe that's it. Maybe the caviar's a good thing, but it just accentuates other flavours.
Yeah.
In the
this-
same way that adding salt makes things more flavourful. Yeah, no, that's my favourite. I'm very excited for the cream cheese now.
Mm.
I don't know where this is going to go.
No.
Last one.
Okay, last one in. Mm. Mhm.
It's like you're on a cooking show.
Mm. That is good.
Well,
That's better.
Is that there? That is the best. I'm glad we saved that one for last.
Yeah, that was good.
And there's still some. There's still some left. So that was good. I can see now why that's probably the recommended one for cream cheese, because it does. I think that's it. I think the saltiness of the caviar. It's actually not salty. I wouldn't say it's really salty, but you can taste the sea.
Mhm.
But it does accentuate everything.
Sea water, sea. I don't know. It just tastes like. It tastes like walking into, like a seafood shack or something.
A seafood shack.
It's like a sea. Yeah, like on the beach. And
Okay.
somebody's selling seafood.
Yeah, it is very fresh.
It's
I
very,
really
very.
really
fresh.
enjoyed that. Well, there we go. We're now one of the few that's tried it.
Yeah,
You
the
can
lucky
also be one of the
ones.
few if you decide to go for it. As I said, it is 1295 Caviar Company. You've got your discount code BOND10, which I've said
BOND10.
twice now, for 10% off. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. Before we go on
Nice
to
starter.
our final meal or last supper or dinner, which is Jamaican theme, Caribbean theme,
Yeah.
and it's too difficult to make that food. And
Yeah,
what
definitely.
better way to end the week than to go back to Jamaica, where James Bond was written. I was going to say born. He wasn't born there, but the character was
The
born
character
there.
was born. That was a
So,
great segue there.
That was a good segue. So
Well done.
we'll go
Full
there
circle.
and we'll go there next.
Eat some chicken. And voila, here is the jerk chicken with corn and rice. And it was very, very nice. And what was even better was having some soda, some fizzy juice in the shape of a ginger beer. Very, very Jamaican. I had jerk chicken and Derek had jerked pork belly. And I think we deserved it after that week.
So you've made it to the end of the video. 7 days done. So let's go over the week.
What did we learn? What did we like? What did we not like?
Yeah.
Let's start off with you, Jack. How has your week been?
It has definitely been a challenge, and more ways than one. A good challenge. Like, I think I caveated this at the start by saying that I don't have breakfast or 3 square meals a day
Or eggs.
or eggs.
Still never had eggs.
So to then eat breakfast, lunch, dinner for 7 days straight when I would usually have 2 meals, sometimes even 1 a day, it's quite intense. A lot of food. I also never eat before about 1 p.m. So taking stuff into an office environment to cook it and try not to be disturbed, and then try to film it without people saying, "What are you doing?" was quite a challenge. But what was good though is that I did definitely have foods that I would never usually have. Toast, like boring stuff like toasted marmalade, I would never have had that.
Okay.
But I did.
I also like the toasted marmalade.
Toasted marmalade was good. And maybe I've overdone it in the sparkling water. Cranberry juice, I wouldn't have that. So it kind of opened my eyes to different food. And it's made me be in the kitchen and actually do some cooking, which is good.
Do you normally cook?
Yes, but
Not to this level.
no, not to this frequency.
Everything.
It's not every night.
One thing we did discuss earlier, and you've not done it, is you weighed yourself beforehand.
Yes, that's true.
Do you think you've lost or gained weight?
I definitely gained because
How are you going to weigh yourself then?
I don't want to weigh myself right now on camera.
Let the audience know.
I don't want them to know.
Go on, fat boy.
Exactly. Why don't you roll
We
to the-
discussed it. Like, I don't think I would. I think I've maybe lost weight.
Because you've eaten less than usual.
Yes. No, maybe not less than usual, but less frequency.
So one of the good things about this was, yes, on Friday was steak, and I did it. I actually took my time and read up on how to make the steak properly, and it was a 10 out of 10, the best steak that I've had in a long time. It would rival any restaurant.
That's good.
So I'm very proud of myself in that respect. And
It's
maybe
Friday's now steak night.
Friday is steak night. That'll do it right with the rosemary and the butter and everything. It was very, very good. So I'm happy about that. The eggs, I never had eggs, so substituting that was all right, I guess. Like, didn't have eggs, so I had a lot more toast than usual, a lot more fruit. And one challenge was I was saying earlier that I quite like a Diet Coke or something every night. So then to never have that and just only be like water, sparkling water. And I'm obviously up early every morning, so I wasn't going to drink. So I think I've had like everything that James Bond drinks is alcoholic. So I think I had drinks last night to celebrate the end of the week. I had an actual martini, and then I went out once and had a rum and soda because he does that in Casino Royale. So yeah.
So you drank more alcohol and you ate more food.
Yes.
Okay. You have gained weight.
100%.
Definitely.
And all that water. So water weight.
Yeah, of course. That's a
So
lot more.
I was thinking about it actually. Maybe James Bond, he does eat a lot, but it's good clean food for one and balanced. And he's also doing a lot of action. So he's burning that off as well. So it's probably not as bad as me sitting on a chair 8 hours a day and then trying to eat like 2,000 calories.
Kippers.
Yeah.
Kippers outside M's office.
I apologise to everybody in my office where I made kippers at 10 a.m. on a Monday morning.
People hungover coming. What's that smell?
And it did last all day. But it was fine by Tuesday. What was good? What was bad? What have you learned? Have you gained weight?
What was good? I don't think I've gained weight. I think I might have lost weight. What was good was the quality of the food.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that. We did compare the monetary value. I think we've both spent more than we normally would on food.
Oh yeah, I've not told you
I
up yet.
think probably like the week before I spent £80 a week personally on food.
Yeah.
And this is over £100, but maybe not that much over.
No,
Because
it's
obviously
way
for
over.
me, like having 2 steaks a week, I'm
my wife's a vegan, so I've never had this much meat in my house ever. And I just don't necessarily eat steak all the time.
Yeah, me neither. That's the first
So
time I
having
noticed.
2 of those, what I learned, like obviously I learned to make carbonara from scratch with like guanciale and pecorino romano and
Yeah,
things like
you
that. Like
went
that. I've
full
never done
blown.
it before, and I could immediately tell the difference. Having Caesar salad, I have never made nor eaten a salad in my life, and to make that and try it, I was like, actually, this is quite nice. I hate lettuce, but this was fine, and I
Yeah.
would have it again.
That's good. Caesar's great.
Learning, just new ways of cooking things.
recipes.
Making sole, as you said, I've never made sole before. That was all good. I did like that side of it. The bad side was I didn't eat as often, so I was hungry the majority of the time. The after
Really?
between lunch and dinner, I was like ravenously hungry, really, and I couldn't eat anything. So I would just go and have like an orange juice or something from the shop and just try and stave off the bits of the hunger. There was never enough food, and I would always like to snack. Again, there was no juice.
No snacks, you're
There
right.
was no. I've not had energy juice for a couple of weeks, but I didn't have that. I kind of missed that.
No desserts really either.
No desserts, no chocolate, no sweets, no donut. I eat a lot of cakes and donuts. Like,
Yeah, you
couldn't
do.
have any of that. The only dessert I had was fruit. Eggs was the biggest challenge of the whole week. The amount of things that have eggs, and they have to have eggs in a certain way. Eggs Benedict is a pain in the arse. No one should ever make eggs Benedict from home. Hollandaise sauce is a pain. Poached eggs are a pain, and you always make too much sauce for one person. Get in a restaurant or don't make it at home.
Yeah,
and
it's
then the
getting in a
eggs
restaurant.
and the Caesar salad, the eggs through the
Omelets,
the-
everything else.
omelettes, eggs every single morning, scrambled
Scrambled
eggs, boiled eggs. I
Yeah.
hate boiling eggs because it's just such a faff. There was so much eggs that I was sick of seeing eggs. I think I've had about over 25 eggs at this point.
Yeah, I wonder what that's done to you. Inside.
Yeah, and that was the main challenge with that, and as you said, just the being without things or wanting to be impulsive and buying something from a shop
Oh,
or
yeah.
buying something, a cake or such like that. I do have quite a sweet tooth. I couldn't have that. It was very much like a diet for me because I was out and we're like, oh, do you want to go somewhere and get that? Oh, look at those nice cakes. Can't have any.
Yeah,
James
you're
Bond
right.
didn't have those, and that was
That's how I felt as well. We couldn't go out somewhere and just go, would you want to go for coffee? It was like, well, one, I don't like coffee, and two, it's coffee and cake. I can't have a cake.
Yeah, you can't have it. So I think it was good from a diet point of saying this is what we can't eat.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the quality of the food. What would you have again? I would eat a Caesar salad again, which is mad to think that's my first takeaway. I am going to be making carbonara again next week with
Right.
the rest of the guanciale that I've got.
Yeah, 'cause
and
it's there.
all the cheese. I'm going to make that again. Steak, maybe. Not really that fussed with it. Eggs, I'm not going to eat eggs for a while. Like, especially in the morning. Yeah, there's a few things I'd take away and be like, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Tonight was obviously the first time I've ever eaten jerk food, like
Jerk
actual
chicken.
Jamaican food, and that was jerk pork, and that was nice. I'm glad I didn't make that because it would be an
Yeah, take-
absolute pain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to just having like things that I want again,
And when you want them.
and when I want, I'd like a Coke or an Iron Brew right now. Great.
Yes.
I would like that donut right now. I don't need to wait a bit. Yeah, that was hard, but overall it was a challenge, and that was that's in the name.
Well,
It was
that's
a
what
challenge.
it's all about. Yeah.
But
I did enjoy it.
I think it was good. It's a nice diet. I
Yeah,
would
it's
say
not,
it's not Weight Watchers,
no,
but
it's almost restrictive, and it's restrictive in a different way.
yeah, you can eat 3 times a day, so make sure it's good food that you're eating.
Yeah.
That's what I took from it, and I quite like that.
Yeah, it was good, but I'll do it with my own variations. McDonald's.
With Diet Coke. With Diet Coke.
With Diet Coke, yeah.
So yeah, there you are. Quite honest takeaways. I didn't expect there to be that many takeaways from it. I thought it'd be
No.
quite boring. And we did say at the start of this week, maybe this is good,
Let
we'll do it
anyone
for a
care.
month. I'm never doing that for a month.
No.
Can't afford it. And
Well,
it's
yeah.
just it's so much planning. It's mentally difficult to keep track of what you're doing and having to set aside time to learn what you're making. And then
Plan too much.
you might
planning.
ruin your dinner, and then like the eggs Benedict, they were terrible, but I was like, I have to eat them,
Yeah.
and then I ate them, and I was like, I'm still hungry. I have to wait 3 hours now. Yeah,
You're right. I
it's
think the money thing's a big thing. Like, I tried to go every day and get the next day's stuff. So I was easily trackable about how much I was spending. And even though, because sometimes you're buying stuff and it's like, well, it's actually for 2 people that.
Yeah.
You're doubling up, and then you're like, oh, you'll have to eat it as well, and that kind of thing.
Oh,
so
I just ate the thing for 2 people.
I think I was averaging like £20 a day,
Yeah.
which is a lot.
It was good. It was a good challenge. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, me
And
too.
on that note, I would like to obviously again thank Claire at 1295 Caviar for sponsoring our caviar.
delicious caviar.
That was a nice little
was
addition to the
excellent.
week. And would also like to challenge a few people because it got us thinking. This was inspired by Gordon at Dream Menu.
Yeah.
So challenge is on you, Gordon. We'd like you, because we know you're a James Bond fan as well, we'd like you to give the 7-day Bond food challenge a go.
Oh yeah.
And we thought, why stop there? Why not just continue? And we will actually lay out the challenge for the other Bond media
Yeah.
people that
The
we
other
that we
fans.
know of and follow, and think, why don't you give it a go as well? 7 days of eating food like James Bond. So when you list them out as the Bond Experience, Calvin Dyson, Licensed to Queer, Bond Up North, James Bond Confidential, Dutch Bond Fan, and Bond's Apartment. I know there's quite a number we've left off there, but
Yeah.
we'll keep it to a small pool for now. So yes, if you have been named,
We'll
give
tag
it a
you.
try. You have to eat and drink for 7 days like James Bond, accurate to the novels and
Yes.
the movies.
It has to be something that it's written down in the book that he likes, that he eats, or something you watch in the official movies.
Yes. It's quite fun. It's not horrible. But it's
Oh,
it's a challenge. It is hard.
It is a challenge to do 7 different things.
Anything else? Any other takeaways from the last 7 days?
I'm just happy I can now go have a Diet Coke.
I'm glad it's finished. I'm looking forward to doing whatever I want tomorrow.
Yes. Which for me will be a fast.
No breakfast ever again. Okay, well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on Instagram as well throughout the week.
Yeah,
We've had
there's
comments
been
from
lots of comments.
quite a lot of people have commented asking about things. No, what's that? And what are you doing here? And what's wrong with you?
Yeah, why are you doing that?
So it has been quite good. It's been quite engaging, and maybe we'll do it again, but no time soon.
No. No time to die.
Shut up. No time to diet.
We found the joke. We found it.
That's the title. No time to diet.
There we go.
Shut up. Okay, right. Thanks for joining us.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.